How's it going, y'all? Reverend Doctor here. I want to come to you with my first ideas, impressions of the Headrush Antares Auto VX5. I found out about this device 2 days ago through, I'm on Headrush's email list. If you follow this channel, you know that I use their looper board. And I was like, I got to get my hands on this because I found out that they have a harmonizer feature. As live loopers, oftentimes I think that, you know, in our interest of giving the biggest experience that we can for a single person, we're always on the lookout for gear that can help us do that. And something that I've been in the market for a long time has been harmonizer pedals. And I've tried nearly all of them. I've tried the TC Helicons. I've tried, you know, the Digitex. I've tried so many different solutions. I've tried the Bosses. And I've just never found something that quite worked for me. And so I was really excited about this. I've also tried pitch correction. Not really a fan personally. I sing relatively on pitch for, you know, a live vocalist. I'm all right with some humanity in my voice. I also tend to sing a lot of blues and soul, and those aren't genres of music that sound very good when you have hard pitch correction, because you're sliding in and out of notes. Sometimes you're deliberately in between notes and pitches, and pitch correction just sucks all the life out of that particular performance. But got my hands on the Antares Auto pedal with Headrush, and first impressions, you know, it's a really well built unit. It should be for the amount of money that it is. The pitch correction sounds really good on it. You know, there's obviously some chorusing effects that happen, but that's just the nature of pitch correction. Whenever you have two tones that are relatively close together, you're going to get that chorusing effect, and there's no way to automatically make your voice sound in tune. But it sounds really good, really natural. I recorded some audio from a gig that I had yesterday where I just literally didn't try it out beforehand, didn't dial in any presets, plugged it in, tweaked a couple of knobs, and I was off to the races.
It's been a long time coming, baby. Since I got you on my mind. Club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table, doing shots, drinking fast, and we talk slow. Come on over and start up a conversation with just me, and give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, bend them in the jukebox, then we start to dance. We sing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love is handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you.
So you can see, I'll post footage of that. Hopefully the sound won't be too awful. I did just the number here in my bedroom now. I will actually post that as well so that you can hear it. And I'll post like what my parameters and things like that were. You know, the harmonizer, that's the reason why I wanted to get my hands on this. I haven't ever listened to a harmonizer or played or performed with a harmonizer that didn't just make me cringe. And I was really hoping that this would be it, because honestly, it's hefty enough that I thought that there was probably AI on board. But now that I'm looking at the pedal, it's probably the size and weight that it is, because it just has so many input and outputs on it. Like, the form factor could not be any smaller for this pedal. It literally has everything crammed onto it as close as possible. That's kind of one of the drawbacks I was going to mention. You know, when I've been clicking the foot pedal for the harmonizer on and off, that foot switch is just really close to those knobs, and those knobs control important things like your volume and like the humanization of you know, various parameters and things like that. So you know, using it live, I'm sure it's going to be fine, but you know, if you're one of those people that's inaccurate like me, especially as a live looper, you've got a lot of things at your feet. You want to be mindful of that. The very final thing is that, yeah, my experience of the harmonizer with the instrument, I wanted to specifically play it with guitar. I didn't want to have to like dial in a key for every single song, because when you have a 4-hour set of music, you know, you're not playing a lot in like very common keys. At least I'm not, especially I'm a baritone and I'm singing pop music. So I'm changing a lot of the keys of the stuff that I'm performing in.
Yes, sir, I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, and I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free falling. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. So baby, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes them clean, you know. You'll know, you'll know, you'll know. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. So baby, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes them clean, you know. You know. You know. You know. You know.
You know, it's fine. You know, is it, what was it, $300, $250? Fine. You know, no. I'm going to play with it longer. Does it sound good? Yeah, it sounds good. Does it sound great, you know, or revolutionary? Not necessarily. I think that this is going to do well for those vocalists that are looking for really easy outboard solutions to be able to recreate their sort of like, you know, hyper modern pop act sound with the hard tuning and things like that. I think that this is going to be a really great solution for them, because it definitely gets that Antares auto tune sound, you know, right underneath your feet. And I think that that's pretty cool. For me, you know, it's fine, but that's my honest review of it. No one's paying me. I'm not sponsored by Headrush. You know, as many videos as I post about them, one day they might, but why would they pay for something they're getting for free? You know what I mean? Final thought is that, you know, I don't understand with where AI has come, especially like listening to where AI music has come and music performance and vocal recreation, why we can't have a unit, like an AI unit. And I understand that Antares may not be the particular product to pair with, but why can't I have a unit that listens to my voice for a certain number of hours or a number of gigs, or has me sing certain phrases or certain vowel sounds that can then use that information to slowly build a vocal profile for me, and then be able to use that vocal profile to then, sure, use instrument tracking and things like that to analyze my harmonies. But then when I'm singing, why can't it add the kind of character that I have as a vocalist into its sort of algorithm as it's recreating what I'm doing vocally? I don't understand if that's a particularly like processor intensive task, because I am one of those vocalists who I think that there might actually be some interesting character behind having, you know, some harmonies that are deliberately out of tune, you know, like detuned a realistic amount. You know, I'm not talking about like completely out of pitch, but that sort of human element to it where, you know, your ear can hear those things that not just sound robotic, but sound weird and synthesized, that sort of artificiality. Because I think that especially when voices are together, there's a certain amount of imperfections that our ears pick up on that tell us that it's fake. And that's the thing that my ear always keys into as a vocalist whenever I use these particular devices. That's the thing that I'm really just dissatisfied by and feels corny. And I understand it may work for some people's acts, especially people that are going for like dance styles of music or ultra modern pop like the Dua Lipas and Ariana Grandes and stuff like that. I understand that that's suitable and that may be their market for this pedal. But if you want the rest of us to be able to like key in on a pedal like this, you could still have that feature set there in the pedal, but then also give it a way for it to like learn the idiosyncrasies that we have as vocalists. I'm not talking about all the idiosyncrasies because again, as you're listening back, you don't need every single idiosyncrasy for your ear to be tricked into believing that those are real voices contributing to your overall sound. You know, all you need are just, you know, randomly like having a note cut off a little bit too late, having maybe a note come on a little bit too early. And I know the on early thing might be a little bit complicated, but you know, you can add and sprinkle in aspects of randomness as far as, you know, hearing it, having it hear me pronounce a consonant a certain way and having it maybe pronounce that consonant slightly different. Because I understand that all of this is happening at lightning speeds and the latency has to be kept extremely low in order for it to be able to be believable at all. But I still think that right now, clock speeds and technology being what it is, and hyper-threading that we have with like graphics processing units and things like that, like GPUs, I think that we can get there. Like audio is not an actually, you know, super bandwidth heavy pipeline. So anyway, just a thought, things that I'm thinking about, ideas to throw out there. But anyway, yeah, I liked the product. I'm going to play with it more and I'll get back to you. I'm going to give an update as this review goes forward. But those are my initial impressions. I wanted to give it to you from someone who's actually singing and playing and primarily, you know, a guitarist, instrumentalist, cover artist, their first impressions. Yeah, the compression EQ and stuff like that, it sounds fine. You know, I thought the Voice Correct XT did a really good job of it back in the day. That's a TC Helicon product. I just decided I didn't want to have to sacrifice space and weight on my board for something like that. But I want to keep this video short. That's all I got to you. Thank you so much. Leave a like, subscribe, you know, to my channel to keep updated. These things go a long way. You've probably seen my channel across the years. It's this tiny little fledgling thing that I do just to try to inform y'all. So hopefully, let me know if this video was helpful for you. If you're interested in getting one, I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, peace, be well.